Hello everyone, my name is Jason. Welcome back to this channel about magic. I just got back from a short 4-day vacation at the beachside, so if I look a little tanned and more handsome than usual, or like my skin is damaged from the sun, that's why. So anyway, today we are reacting to a magician on Penn and Teller's Fool Us named Xulio Merino. He's from Spain and he's going to be doing sponge ball magic, which should be particularly interesting because you don't see a lot of that on these shows. But before we get into the reaction, I have a little something I've been working on that I wanted to share with you, so let's take a look. So the trick I want to show you involves this deck of cards called Fathom from Illusionist. And these cards are actually kind of special because the very first video I released on YouTube was a deck review for these cards. Okay, so for this I just need one card from the middle of the deck. We'll just use, say, this one, the 8 of Diamonds. I'm going to do something using just one hand and it looks like this. The 8 will fly into the middle of the deck on its own. Pretty much no way to control that except via magic. Now I believe I have the card on top of the deck. Let's take a look. There we go, the 8 of Diamonds. So yeah, something I've been working on recently and I hope that you enjoyed it. Anyway, time to get on to the reaction. Let's check out what Xulio has in store for us.
I'm just an average guy and nobody, but I always wanted to be an artist. So I tried to play piano. I was bad. I tried juggling. I was very bad. I wanted to quit. Then one day I discovered the most humble prop in magic, the lowly sponge. It was love at first sight. I was bad at other kinds of magic, so I invented my own techniques to be good at the sponge. When I performed for other magicians, they never seen my techniques before. They were amazed. I didn't know my magic was amazing. So now I'm a little famous, a spongeologist, the magician who wrote the book on sponge magic.
Oh, cool.
Literally. All because of my little friend and me.
I want to check out his book. That's cool.
Please welcome the sleight of hand of Xulio.
Nice.
It's a Tibetan bowl. With them and a simple vibration, in a lot of cultures, they think that the energy can flow and even materialize. I would like to play with the sound and with the silence. Yeah, it's happened. With a little bit of silence, one of the balls disappear. While I'm talking, nothing happens. But when I shut up, yes, it goes away. And the last one, the last one, because sometimes the silence cannot speak for itself.
Wow.
And when silence speaks, the sound answers.
Okay, let me just say real quick, it's I don't know how he did that last one. I mean, he just had it in one hand and then it was gone. I did not see what he did there. That was really cool. Let's proceed.
Okay, I would like to play a little bit different, with 1, 2, and the last one. Okay, but the ball need to be upside down like before. And the last one. Before, I use a little silence to make one ball disappear. But now, if I do a longer silence, it disappears more. Just a sound, and it came.
It's kind of like the cups and balls routine, the ending of it.
Knowing this, I don't need to move the balls. I just need to do a sound, and they came. The first one, a sound, and the second, and the last one, like the previous ones. Just a sound, and there is 1, 2, and the last ball.
That's really clean. Very impressive.
Okay, please, Alison, can you help me? Yes. Please put your hand palm up like this, and take these 2 balls really tight in your hand.
Okay.
Put your hand like this. Okay, a simple silence to make it disappear. If I carry the sound, it's done. You got 3. Open your hand, and there is 1, 2, and 3.
That's so cool.
I can do a lot of things with the vibrations, because if I put 1 ball in my pocket, and I take the essence of the ball, like this, with a sound, I always got 3. And I can repeat it 1,000 times. 2 on my hand. It's no need to put on my pocket. You can take in your hand, palm up like that. Because, and the previous one that I put on my pocket, you can take in your hand too. Because the important is not the place where I put the balls. The important is that I take the essence. I put on the ball, I tap, and I always got 3. And I can repeat it 1,000 times. This is for you, of course. Use 2 hands because it's easy. And I always got 3. I can repeat it 1,000 times. This is for you, and I always got 3. But I can do this faster. I can do this a lot of times. For example, this is for you. I just tap, and I always got, don't drop the ball, please. This is for you, and I always got 3. 1, 2, this doesn't mind, and I always got 3. 1, 2, this. But don't drop the ball, Alison, please, don't drop the balls. Sometimes happen that if I tap 1, don't be crazy. If I tap just 1, I appear 1. But if it's continuously sounding, I always got 3. 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 The one way to finish this, I always got 3. I always got 3. The one way to finish this is I always got 3. Is give you the 3 balls, if give you the stick, it's stop the sound, and just give you, and thank you so much, because it's one way to finish this. It's not possible to do.
That's such a cool finale. Xulio. Alright, before we hear what the judges have to say, let me go ahead and give you my thoughts. First off, apparently I pronounced his name wrong. It's not Xulio, it's Xulio, so that's important. Secondly, I thought he did an amazing job. Like, this is like really like SpongeBall's at its peak, you know? He did some things there that I haven't seen before. And actually, although the routine where you have the spectator hold some and they open their hand and they have more, that's pretty common with SpongeBalls. That's like one of the first things you would learn to do. He actually had a variation where he's actually showing in his hand more cleanly and more fairly the balls he's about to give to her, which I have never seen before. And I was thinking, wow, that's really like an improvement on the normal routine you would do. And in addition to that, he also kind of combined some ideas from the cups and balls routine. He did like a load in there where he revealed under the bowl there were 3 balls that had moved over. And he's got this stick, which is basically his magician's magic wand, which is being used in a very similar way as to the cups and balls routine. It's basically it's a way for the hand to appear in a natural position because you're holding the stick, but also sometimes be concealing something inside of there. So anyway, that's really cool that he took that concept from cups and balls and brought it together into the SpongeBall routine. It really improves things. And lastly, there was the part where he had 1 sponge ball left in his hand and he was making it disappear. And I just don't see how he did that at all. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was a pretty fantastic routine. Let's go ahead and hear what Penn and Teller have to say.
I lost your balls.
I know. I lost my balls too.
Does your beard, like, have magic powers?
Yes, I think so. With my beard, I can produce
Oh.
sponge.
He was ready.
Any more in your hair?
No, maybe in yours, but in mine, no.
Wow, he's so prepared.
Why was that one green?
I don't know. It's green.
All right, it's time to check in with Penn and Teller.
Oh, I'm afraid.
Penn, Teller.
You know, we don't like sponge balls. I mean, I guess we liked them when we were 6, 7. You know, when you're a child, you start with sponge balls, what you start with.
Yes.
And when you see someone come out with sponge balls, it automatically means beginner, means hack magician. At least it always has, till you. The sponge ball stuff, we first saw sponge balls and we got complacent. We said, this is stuff we've been doing since we were children. And then it got to be things we hadn't done since we were children, and then it got to be stuff that no one had done ever, and then it got to be stuff that was impossible, then it got to be stuff that, well, I hate to say this, but you're the SHIN LIM of sponge balls, and you fooled us.
Nice. I think he totally deserved it.
Thank you so much.
Just amazing.
We're just squeezing our first fooler.
Okay, now I'll go ahead and give you my concluding thoughts. So yeah, obviously he was amazing and it was just a great performance. That's cool. He called him the SHIN LIM of SpongeBall magic. What a compliment. Actually, that's even cool now to think for SHIN LIM that his name is being used in reference as praise for other people. That's really a testament to SHIN LIM's rise to fame. But anyway, back to Xulio. So congratulations to him, he deserved it. And another thing I want to add is that upon reviewing his performance again, I saw something he was doing that was really awesome. And I actually had to replay it. I was thinking, wait a second, did I actually see that happen with my eyes? So I don't want to say what it is, but if you watch it in slow motion, you can see something that he's doing that's really quite incredible. This concept of quickly adding another object to a place you wouldn't expect. I've seen it before with playing cards, but I've never seen it with sponge balls, and actually I'm a little confused exactly how he was doing it. I have some kind of ideas, but I would love to learn how to do that from him, you know? Well, and I guess that's why he put out that book on SpongeBall magic, so you gotta buy his book if you want to learn that move. I wonder if they have a version in English. Also, I want to say something about SpongeBall magic in general. It's kind of funny because a lot of magicians like to disparage or say negative things about SpongeBall magic, like, oh, that's just for beginner magicians, or like, it's so tired. I've even heard some magicians saying, oh, those sponge balls are gross and dirty, they've been in your pocket all day long. But I think this kind of thinking is really like magician-centric. Because, you know, as a magician, you're performing for lay people, people who don't know anything about magic. You're not performing for other magicians, usually. That's not your focus. And when your focus is on the client, the customer, the layman, the spectators, then I believe the sponge balls is a great effect. In fact, it's one that I still enjoy using to this day. I do a lot of card magic, but I do sponge balls as well because it's some kind of variety, and it's a really visual thing that gets the spectators involved because they get to hold on to it. In fact, if you want to check out one of my other videos, I actually have a performance of me doing sponge balls for people at a Comic-Con event. I'll put a link to that up here somewhere, so you can just click and check out that performance. My performance is much more basic than Xulio's performance, as you will see, but it's a very enjoyable effect, and the spectators always get a shock from it, and they enjoy it. Also, you can compare my performance with Xulio's and see how great Xulio really is. That being said, go ahead and leave a comment below about Xulio's performance. How did you like it? Leave a comment below about the little magic effect I shared with you at the beginning. How did you like it or not? And if you want to see more magician reaction videos, I got a ton of them. Check out my channel homepage, and I've got some magic tutorials and performances as well. In addition, I've set up a Patreon page, so if you feel like supporting me or want to see what I have to offer over there, go ahead and check out the link below, and I will see you next time.
Yup.